Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, December the 1st. We want to talk about a big event that's coming up on Saturday, December the 2nd. And this is the annual, outstanding Calvary Episcopal Church Bazaar. And people come from all over to buy those church mice out there. Kay Glass, good to have you here.
It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Calvary Episcopal Church Bazaar. This is something that's been going on for many, many years, right?
We've figured probably since 1964, 65.
Long time.
A long time.
Is that when the church mice were first introduced?
We're thinking that that's where they started.
Yeah.
It's a couple of ladies got together and
they did a few church mice.
Yes.
And then over the years, the church mice have really become the stars of the bazaar.
Very popular.
How many different unique mice will you have this year?
It's hard to say because they won't let any of us really look at any of them until the day of.
Oh, the ladies that are doing them, well, you can't see them?
They don't bring them in until the the morning of. And so we all rush in and look at them.
while the throngs of people are lining up outside,
freezing,
with the guards at the door waiting to let them in.
Exactly.
And you do have guards at the door,
exactly.
Right? Okay. Now, you brought along an item I'm going to hold up right now.
Okay.
There are two church mice on here right now. This is a wreath, two church mice.
It's one of the raffle items, and you can buy raffle tickets. There are several other pieces that have the mice on them, but this was one that I thought would be very appropriate to bring today.
Now, the money that you take in from the bazaar is used how?
It goes straight back to the community again. After the first of the year, and we've paid all the bills of the bazaar, we will just see how much money we have, and the people, various organizations will petition for grants from this money, and then about the 1st of February, middle of February, we'll write the checks for. The Urban Farm has been one of the recipients.
Yeah.
Voluntary Action Center.
Many.
Yes, and so, I'm sorry, those are the only two I can.
That's okay. How much money do you raise from this?
We had about $13,000 last year.
My goodness, those mice are popular, aren't they?
Those mice are very popular.
Not only the church mice, but you have other things at the bazaar, and you have food also?
We have a country breakfast that is very popular. It's country ham and grits, cheese grits, fried apples, biscuits and gravy, coffee, milk, juice, whatever.
Yeah, and then
we have a bake shop, which is what I'm involved in generally.
Yeah.
We have treasures, old jewelry,
everything. And you're going to raise a lot of money to give right back to the community. So it is the Calvary Episcopal Church Bazaar, Saturday, December 2nd, from when to when?
8 to noon.
Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning till noon. Get there early if you want to get a church mouse.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And just be patient. And if they're sold out of the church mice, well, just buy something else.
You just have to get in line again.
Right. Kay,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming by. Okay. Now we turn to Jack Holloway as we, Major Jack Holloway, Salvation Army. Good to have you here,
Thank
Major.
you. Good to be here.
This is a very busy time of the year for the Salvation Army, isn't it?
Always is.
Well, you know, when I say this is a really busy time of the year, actually, every day is a busy time for the Salvation Army.
That's a good way to put it.
But this is an important time of the year because you do the majority of your fundraising between now and Christmas, correct?
Very much so. This is about 30% of our operating income for throughout the year. It's a very, very important time for us.
So within 1 month, you're raising about 30% of what you need to operate.
Roughly about a 6-week period, right.
And is this all through the Red Kettle donations?
Well, kettles is part of it, but it's also mail appeal that people receive in the mail. But we also have what we call white mail, which is people just making general donations through the mail that we receive. But all of that
it goes into the kettle.
Yeah.
So if you have made donations in the past to the Salvation Army, you're going to get a mail. You're going to get something in the mail asking for a donation again.
If you've done that before, yes.
Yes. Okay. When you get that, please fill it out and put it back in the mail because you are helping a very important organization that is really an integral part of our community. This year, your goal is $365,000.
Correct.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but it goes to support our shelter, the Harbor House, a lot of our other social service programs, and it helps us to really be able to support the kind of programs that we do and the people that we're serving.
So this $365,000 is only about a third of what you need for the whole year?
Correct.
What happens if you don't raise that amount?
Well, we have a lot of other sources that we work with, various funding sources, the United Way, HUD, and those types of things. But the problem is if we don't really raise the total goal, we have to look at what we can actually still do through the year. We have other resources that we try to take care of. It just makes it a little bit more tight, a little more difficult to be able to serve.
So it really is important. And I know at this time of the year, so many different organizations are asking for assistance. And each and every one of them are important. But when you think of the Salvation Army, you think of an organization that is helping people who are really down and out on their luck.
A lot of them are.
Many of these people are homeless, would have no place to go if it were not for the Harbor House. Many of them have been sleeping out on the street.
There are a number of shelters in the community. Ours is a little different because it's men, women, and families, which makes that a very different kind of dynamic, a very different kind of makeup. But it's very important to support that. That's a very significant part of what we do, and all the social services that tie into that, feeding them, taking care of their other needs that they have, as well as the shelter.
For people listening to us or watching, what do you say? Why is it important for them to consider donating to the Salvation Army?
There's just simply a great need all the way around as far as people, and it can be everything. It can be from the shelter itself. Social services means a food pantry. It means being able to provide assistance for people whose electricity is being shut off, whose water is being shut off, that are going to be evicted. Those are the kind of things that we're able to find various resources for. It's more than just simply that handout. It's really a hand up in those kind of situations.
Right.
In need of someone maybe a little
I
different.
know it's not. You're not considered giving a handout. You're considering giving a hand up to help people. If people want more information, they can call the Salvation Army.
Yes.
Better yet, make a donation if you get a request through the mail, or when you see the red kettles out on the street, drop in some cash. And it'd be good if you dropped in money that didn't make noise. Paper money works real
Absolutely.
well. All right. Major Jack Holloway, thank you so much for coming by for the Salvation Army.
Thank you.
Continued success with the work.
Thank you.
Okay. Out of time for today, tomorrow, the Voluntary Action Center and United Way. If there's something you'd like to hear or see, we'd love to hear from you. Simply drop me an email at pepperpmissouri.edu. Bye-bye.